What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Wombo Combo Show. My name is Ben Kepler.
I'm Ben Yukonis.
As you can see, no Lou Bertha today. We sent him to Mexico. We've deported him.
Yep.
Unfortunately, he's been deported. No, he's on a vacation right now for a friend's wedding. So he's not going to be here this week, but yeah, he is in Cancun. So hopefully he makes it back through customs okay. We're not sure if he will, but we'll find out.
Yeah,
Maybe.
We'll
I'm not bailing him out of Mexican prison. I can tell you that. I know it's probably cheap, but I'm not doing it. Let's get started on some football. First game we want to cover is the one that already happened here. It was the Minnesota Vikings and the LA Rams upset game. Pretty good one.
yeah, it was a good one.
It was fun to
was
watch.
I didn't think the Rams were going to win like this.
I didn't. So here was my thing. For my bet, my original bet, I took two and inevitably. But the first one that I told everybody to take was Kyron touchdown.
Yeah.
Over 93 yards total.
Yeah.
Receiving and rushing. And then the Vikings were going to win by 2.5. So I missed on one portion.
You missed on the spread.
I did back myself up though. I do that a lot, guys. I did take the Rams +7 and then Kyron touchdown. That ended up hitting, but it was just to make my money back. So nothing for me. I think I made 22 cents actually. So woohoo.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
I
Spend
mean,
it all in
I
one
don't.
spot.
I had my bet didn't hit. So
You didn't have it. You had one though.
yeah, I had one. It was
go
like
so
similar, it was
intricate,
similar
though.
to yours too.
Oh,
Like I
really?
had the Vikings winning. I had them +4.
Oh, okay.
Or -4.
Minus
They were
four.
-4.
Okay. Well, here's the thing. Probably when you made that bet, did you know that both Puka and Cooper Cup were going to play?
No, I just knew Cooper was playing. That was
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Puka got last second. Well, not really last second, but last
It
day.
basically was last.
Yeah, they gave him the thumbs up last second. You are right. They let him warm up first before they officially made the call. But they activated him. They played him, and of the two, he did really good. Puka Nacua.
Yeah,
He had a great game.
Yeah. Well, we can
Oh,
look at the
yeah, we
stats
can-
Right
yeah,
now. He
we
had,
actually
like 6
have the
catches
stats.
for 105 yards,
Is that what it was?
106 yards.
Let's see.
Seven
yeah,
catches.
seven
for
catches, 106 yards
Yeah.
on a return.
So I mean, and it's not like Cooper had a bad day.
No, he got the
still
touchdown.
He had 5 catches, 51 yards, and a touchdown.
How about that touchdown
So-
play, dude? Did you watch that play?
Yeah, I'm
Matt
trying to
Stafford
remember.
almost gets sacked.
Oh yeah,
He breaks out of it,
Yep.
even with the old legs, breaks it out, throws a bullet. Dude, it was great.
Yep.
Right there at the halftime, too. So, Kyron Williams did have a reception touchdown. He didn't get the running touchdown, but that's okay. If you take any time touchdown, doesn't matter how he gets it.
No, it's
so
just as long
that
as he
worked
gets
out. Statistically, he did great. He had 97 yards on the ground, and then he also had another 19 on 5 catches through the air. So the 5 catches is what makes it okay. You know what I mean? If you're
Yeah,
playing
especially
PPR.
in a PPR, full PPR, half PPR, it still makes it worth it.
Craziest person of the day, someone that early in the season when all these wide receivers got hurt, that we had mentioned, hey, pick this guy up. He might be a plug and play while they're gone.
and now
he
they're
wasn't.
back,
And now, and now
and he scores 2 touchdowns.
yeah,
Like,
Demarcus Robinson. I don't think I don't know if he's an ad right now, guys. I would just watch list him. He does seem to be more productive statistically
Yeah.
when these guys are playing. He is the third down option. They require a lot of attention, and he sneaks under the radar, and that's how he's getting these points.
yeah, he's not.
That's who he is.
He's
you
not
know?
good in like a wide receiver 2 or 1 position
No.
because he doesn't get open. He
No.
can get open against the other guys, against, like,
Exactly.
the slot corners of the world.
Van
But-
Jefferson would have filled in that spot, who used to be there at that spot the same way this guy is.
Yeah, that's
They're the
yeah,
same person.
Same person.
Sam Darnold didn't have a bad day. That
We
last
didn't even
play-
talk about Stafford. Stafford threw for 4 touchdowns.
Oh yeah, true. I'm sorry, Matty Stafford did have an awesome day. He threw for 279. He had 4 touchdowns, 1 interception. He did great. I don't think the Rams are going to trade anybody now, Ben. I think that they are going to make a push
yeah,
for the
I don't.
playoffs.
Yeah, they're gonna because their division's wide open.
Yeah, their division is wide open.
So
On the Vikings, I did mention, like I said, Sam, he had a decent day. The play I wanted to talk to you about is the blind referee on the last play of the game. Did you see that? The safety?
no, I didn't see that.
Oh, my
it should
goodness.
it should have been a face mask call, right?
Yes, and here's how bad it was. The dude makes a tackle, right? He gets him like kind of like right here by the eye.
Yeah.
Pulls him back, and then his other arm is around the waist and gets him. But when he gets up, he grabs his head knowing he has the penalty, like he screwed up, and they don't call it. And then he just walks away and tries to turn this, into a celebration a little bit and walk away. Yeah, I was like, everyone was like, dude, what? Like, that was obvious as day. His face gets, ripped around. So,
and they just blatantly missed that call.
they just blatantly missed the call with the referee. I'm not even kidding. Right behind,
there,
right behind.
Yeah.
So
I've seen the
replay,
memes and the replay. And yeah, I've seen it.
It's not a good look for the NFL. There's really a referee problem, I feel, in the NFL right now. Calls that don't need to be being called, calls that are crucial that need to be called that aren't being called. So
the NFL, they need full-time refs.
They need full-time refs, and also here's
to
something.
Pay them full-time.
I was driving the other day. I was thinking about this. Why is every referee like in their 50s, 60s, 70s?
Dude, I don't know.
Why aren't there why couldn't they hire guys like us who, I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not keeping up with Justin Jefferson, but I can see.
Neither do those guys.
I can see.
Neither do the other refs.
Yeah, you're not wrong. But at least I can see and I know the game. These people who are out there, that guy, I'm not kidding you, was 8 yards, less than 8 yards behind this foul. And he didn't call it. And, you could know, my mom, who doesn't really watch football that much, would know that that's a penalty.
Yeah.
And seeing the guy's reaction who made the tackle and seeing him upset instead of happy and known that he had done something bad.
Yeah.
This is not, a hard puzzle here. Getting back on the stats for the Vikings, Aaron Jones, he did return with a okay day, I guess you would say. Not really a great day. He had 2 catches, 37 yards. He also had 58 on the ground on 19 carries. Not a very good average on yards. Rams defense were really stout in the game. Justin Jefferson had a lot of points in the first quarter, and then kind of trickled off the rest of the game. It seemed like Addison, not really a factor that much in this game, and other than that, not really that many stats. Well, that's the only game that we're going to recap, obviously, because it happened already. But let's get into some games that are going to happen. Let's see who you and I think maybe are some starts and sits, and if we disagree on any of these matchups here, because with only it being you and me, there is a chance that we might agree on everything, or we might really disagree on everything, and you could see an epic battle happen here for a moment.
But I think with this first game, we're both in agreement on
I think the first game, so the first game, guys, is going to be the Jacksonville Jaguars hosting the Green Bay Packers. We think the Packers are going to blow this game up.
Not close.
When I'm thinking of Packers that I would start this week, I think that is it Dubes? I'll say it right if you want me to. Romeo Dobbs is I think he's a start now. I think if he plays in as a wide receiver 3 or a flex option for you. I also think that Josh Jacobs will be a play here. They do get the guy you and I were talking about, the Jaguars defense does. The guy that I have who has 12.39.
Oh, yeah, their linebacker.
Yeah, Foysade.
One of those names I'm not even going to try and pronounce right now.
I'm sorry. I cannot pronounce it. I'm from Pittsburgh. My accents are just not going to work in that effect. But they do get him back. The run game will be a little bit better. I still think that Josh Jacobs is a start. I think Jalen Reed is a start. Christian Watson, what do you think there? You're the guy who usually predicts on Christian Watson pretty well. You predicted well last time. Do you think he's a play this week, or do you think he's a sit?
I think he's kind of like a desperate flex
He's
option.
a desperate. That's what I would agree with you there. He's more of a desperate flex option. Jordan Love obviously a start. I don't think Jordan I need to say that.
He's a fire start.
Yeah, Tucker Kraft a good start as well.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. For the Jaguars side, though, I think that if we're really going to talk about starters, people who are worth playing, I think the only 2 skill players who are going to be worth mentioning here, maybe 3, is going to be Brian Thomas Jr.
Yes.
And it's going to be Tank Bigsby.
Yes.
And then
I was going to say, if you said ETN, I'm like, nope.
No, I don't think ETN is going to play. He was limited 3 practices this week. I think there's a very slim chance that he plays. Let's keep him on the bench anyways. He's not doing very well. But do you think that Evan Ingram is still in conversation for starting? If you have him on your roster of your 2 tight ends and you're picking between them, would you take him this week?
I'm playing Ingram this week over Ferguson.
Okay.
So,
do you think Trevor Lawrence is a plug and play start in any way, shape, or form? There's no bye weeks this week, none at all. But there's so many injuries that's the place that you're trying to fill in right now.
I mean,
I don't think that Trevor Lawrence is really necessarily a play against Green Bay's defense, guys.
Yeah, I don't think he's not a play, not against Green Bay's defense. The one kid has what, like 6 interceptions already. McKinney.
Oh yes, who
corner.
came over from the? He's a safety. Came over from the Giants. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. You're right. Yeah. So we're taking the Green Bay Packers on this one, guys. I do have a parlay for you for this weekend. Make sure you stay tuned to that. I will have it for you after we cover these matchups right here. I don't want to interrupt any of these. I'll let you know at the end because it includes a lot of them. Next game, the return of Mr. Tua.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be.
I'm ready for it.
I'm ready for it too.
I just traded for Waddle, so.
Oh, well, oh, that's right. That's right. So this is going to be the Dolphins. They're going to be hosting the Cardinals. Cardinals have looked pretty fresh as of late. They haven't really looked terrible. Their last game was a boring game. They played the Chargers on Monday Night Football. They won. So there's that. There was that awkward fumble that James Conner had. They intercepted the ball. James Conner punched it out and recovered.
I saw that.
That was an interesting one. So you think Tua is a play this week, do you?
Oh, yeah.
I think Tua is a play as well. I think that Waddle is a risk play.
I think
he's a
flex,
Christian Watson
He's
level.
a flex wide receiver 3.
You think he's
one more than Watson.
Okay.
But he's wide receiver 3 flex option.
Willing to throw him into the roster? Are you playing him this week?
Yeah, I'm playing him this week.
Okay. Obviously, our boy Hill gets a major upgrade.
Yeah, he gets he's back.
I seen
to
him
his normal.
I
he
seen
should
a
be back
Q next to
normal
his
stuff.
name.
He was limited Friday with a foot injury.
Okay. Do you think that's going to affect him playing? Really?
No, I think he'll be fine. I think he'll tape it up and he'll be out there.
Yeah, I think he'll be out there as well. He's a tank. For other starters on this, if Lou was here, he would be screaming, Raheem Mostert, how dare you, how dare you.
No,
I don't think he's a
it's
play
the
this week.
A-chain.
I think it's
A-chain.
A-Chan. I think your starters on the Miami side are going to be Tua, A-Chan, Hill, and he's saying Waddle. I think your sit is definitely Mostert.
Yes.
I don't think he's a play. I think that their tight end that they acquired, can you help me with his name?
Juno Smith.
Jonnu Smith. I think he might be
Jonnu Smith.
okay fill-in. If you have an injury, if you're somebody who thought Hawkinson was going to play this week, you can fill that in with Jonnu. Hawkinson obviously didn't play.
Yeah.
He's off
Jonnu's
IR.
actually done fine without Tua.
Yeah, tight ends normally do with backup quarterbacks because they're like the safety valve. You know what I mean? So on the Arizona side of the ball, do you think Kyler Murray's a start this week against the Miami defense? I'm 50-50
I
on
would
it.
say yeah.
I think he is. I think he's as much as a start as Tua is in this situation.
I agree. I agree.
James Conner, I would think is a start. Miami's front is not amazing. Another person that I think would be an okay start is McBride. I think he'll do okay. You obviously drafted him to plug and play. I think he's in the top 5 tight ends this weekend. I'm not sure about MHJ anymore, man. Not that he's not talented or anything like that. I just don't think that him and Kyler Murray are in sync in any way, shape, or form. They don't play the same style of football, it feels like.
The last couple weeks, they feel out of sync.
Yeah, it just doesn't look like they have that click that is necessary. So I don't really know if I think that MHJ is a start this week. How about you?
I mean, I am because I'm out of options right now.
Okay. That is true. There's a lot of injuries at wide receiver that we'll cover here as we go along. So you're right. He might be a 4 start for you. And if that's the case, you got to plug and play him. You drafted him really high, and it's really kind of dumb to bench somebody like maybe second round or something like that. So it's a very understandable. Dynasty, you probably took him first, huh?
No.
Oh, it wasn't Dynasty you got him?
No, I got him in the ESPN league that I'm in.
Oh, okay.
And I got him in the 3rd round.
I don't think we picked teams here. Who do you think's going to win this game? I'll let you go first.
I think the Miami Dolphins are going to win this game.
I think Miami also wins this game. I do think it's kind of close. I don't think it's a complete blowout by Miami. I would say maybe let's talk about kind of like a 27-20 game, maybe like a 34-21 game, something like that.
Yeah.
Decently high scoring, I think. I would take the over in that if I was you guys. Next one. I said I was taking the Dolphins too, right? Didn't I?
Yeah.
Okay,
We
cool.
both took the
Just had to
Dolphins
make
and
sure. I haven't had a lot of coffee today.
We're
Or
2 and 2.
much.
We're 2 for 2 right now.
2 for 2.
On
Okay.
on the
Oh,
same-
yeah, on the same page? Yeah, I
Same
knew
page.
it would probably work out this way. Here's one that maybe we'll disagree on. The Jets are going to be headed up to Foxborough to take on the Patriots. Where do you feel this game favors? Does it favor the Jets? Does it favor New England?
I think it favors the Jets.
I think it favors the Jets as well.
Because I think their defense is better, and that Patriot O-line is not good. So
yeah, the Patriot line
Jets
is not
are up
that
there in
great.
sacks.
Drake May has looked really decent. Let's talk about. So we're both taking the Jets, eh?
Yeah, we're both.
I would say so too.
Patriots are awful this year.
When it comes to starters on the Patriots, where are we looking? I'm thinking Drake May is a maybe start. You could, if it's a 2-quarterback league, he's a definite start. Demario Douglas, he got ill last week, so we have to keep that in mind. The reason why he didn't have stats last week is because he was sick.
Yeah, he's also like
The Christian Watson level.
Yeah, Christian Watson level.
I think so too.
Flex if need be.
What about Stevenson, who you traded away?
Stevenson?
Yeah. Is he a start?
Also, no, he's a flex.
He's a flex.
He's a
You
flex
bumped
play.
him out. He's not an RB1, an RB2.
No,
he's an RB3.
He's an RB3. Because
Okay.
the Patriots are bad.
No, I can agree
And
with you on
they're
that.
gonna be in a negative game script form a lot
Absolutely.
because they're probably gonna be behind and needing to throw the ball. And
I think someone who is going to sit, is my sitter for this, is going to be Antonio Gibson for sure. I think Antonio Gibson is going to be crap in this game for the Patriots. I don't really... Hunter Henry is a start for me heavy. That would be my heaviest start off of their roster.
that would be my only start.
Yeah, that would be my number one start on the Patriots is definitely Hunter Henry. On the Jets side, you said that something interesting to me before we started. You're going to take Aaron Rodgers over Baker Mayfield this week in your league. Is that not correct?
I am. I'm gonna play him in the 2 QB league.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see how that works. I think it'll be a better match. It is a little risky though,
It is risky.
because Baker's number 2 in fantasy points as a
I understand,
QB.
but he's also without
He's
his
missing
top 2
everybody.
wide receivers.
Yeah.
So and Rodgers has his boy now.
He does have his best buddy. Speaking of that, do you think Devontae's a start? I know that he didn't do well against the Steelers in his first matchup. Do you think he's a start this week?
Yeah.
I think so too. Garrett Wilson also a start in my
Yes.
opinion.
Yes.
Brees Hall is a start.
Yes.
Outside of that, guys, I'm not really going to be naming anybody else for the Jets. I don't think Conklin is all that great of an option. I don't think Lazard is not playing. He is out. I don't think Mike Williams is that much of an option. They're trying to trade him away, so they don't want him to get hurt while he's playing. So they're probably not going to play him much. Malachi Corley will probably get a lot of snaps. You'll see that. Outside of that, yeah, not much going on for the Patriots-Jets game. We're taking the Jets for sure. Man, you and me just big agree over here.
Yeah.
Just the
I
happy-go-lucky.
think we're gonna go 4 for 4.
Man, we might be going 4 for 4 here. Here's an interesting one. Obviously, the Browns are breaking it down. They no longer have Deshaun Watson for the rest of the season.
Yep.
He just had his surgery to repair his torn Achilles. They will be starting the man himself, Jameis Winston, the character. Oh, dude.
Right?
I love Jameis. If you guys follow us here on TikTok, I do share a lot of Jameis's funny quotes and stuff like that because it's just great. Also, watching him like just do weird stuff in a football game. I'm actually excited to watch this game because I'm excited to watch Jameis Winston play. I don't think he's a start.
Yeah, no.
I do think he's an improvement for Jerry Jeudy, Njoku, and I'm sorry. Is it what's Moore's first name? Their wide
Elijah
receiver.
Moore.
Elijah? Yeah,
Moore.
Elijah Moore. I think he's an upgrade for them, but I don't think those guys are necessarily starters. The only one who is a starter would be Njoku and Chubb for me.
Yeah.
On the Brown
I
side of
agree.
things. On the Ravens side of things, we got a couple different guys you could go with, obviously. I don't really love Bateman right now. He was a big ad for this week. I think that was a flash ban situation with Zay Flowers being out.
Well, Zay, he hasn't practiced all week.
Zay hasn't.
No.
Okay, then I take that back. I would.
Or if he has, it's been limited.
Okay.
Very limited fashion.
If you have Zay, I would suggest maybe plug in Bateman. But otherwise, I don't really love Bateman. He just never has been consistent for me, and he also gets injured a lot. But I would say, obviously, King Henry is a start. Lamar is a start. I think that Mark Andrews is back, and he's a start. I think that Isaiah Likely, who I am forced to play this week, maybe I might do something. But I don't think Isaiah likely is likely a start in this game. He would be my sit for this week. Keaton Mitchell coming back, running back from last year, who's really electric. He's not going to do anything. Unfortunately, he was a big deal last year, but now they've got Derrick Henry, and they've got Justice Hill, who's even playing decent behind. So there's no reason for him to see the field really. So that's my starts and sits for that game. We're both taking Baltimore, correct?
Yes.
Did you have an update on Zay? Is that what you were looking at?
Yeah, he missed practice Wednesday and Thursday. Had limited yesterday.
Okay, that is
So
very
he's
iffy.
a game time decision.
If you're playing him right now, like if you have him in your roster, guys, I would say that Bateman would be your backup option. I like that McMillan kid, though, from the Bucks. Yeah, here, let me grab a couple questions here as we go in between. Let me see. My first question that I see here is going to be from Kyle Gold. Robinson Jr. or JSN this week? I would take Robinson Jr. in that situation. Just taking the running back over a wide receiver. I know that DK is most likely going to be out, so that does give JSN a bump. Where do you lean there? Running back or the wide receiver?
I would go with the running back.
Yeah.
Robinson Jr.
Jose, I would go
well.
with Hurts over Mahomes. Sam, I would go with probably Amari Cooper over Stephon Diggs. How about you? I think either's a good option.
I think I would also lean Amari Cooper.
Eddie Sam asks Rico or Madison on flex. I am leaning. So Madison plays against the Chiefs, which we haven't covered yet.
Yeah.
And then I can't remember who Rico plays against. I don't think it's a very good opponent. They did bring up
the Niners.
Okay. So I'm going Madison. Here's why. Rico is going to have to battle with Dalvin Cook as well. So I
don't know how much of the game script is going to be.
Is Dalvin going to be in?
Is Dalvin going to play in?
True.
I don't know.
It's also against the 49ers. I think that's a better run defense.
Yeah.
Don't you?
I think I would do Madison over Dowdle.
Same. All right, and the next question was from Crew Penn. He asked Terry, JSN, Chubb, or Chubba in flex. Pick 2. Crew, for me, I would lean probably towards Chubba and Chubb because Terry will probably not have his quarterback this week. JSN is a pretty good option too, but my favorite two there are Chubb and Chubba. How about you, Ben?
I'm doing JSN and Chubb.
JSN and Chubb?
Yeah.
Okay, and then that's a viable pick too because, I mean, like I said, JSN in that situation isn't bad as well. Best waiver wire pickup of the week, Sam. We got it coming for you in just a second, dude. We have a couple of them that we want to talk about for waiver wire pickups. We have some sleepers for you for this week. But let's get back into the next game. We only have we got like half of them left to go. And let's get a couple more. And then, guys, we will answer a couple more questions as we go along here. Next game we're going to cover, someone just asked if they should play Hurts or Mahomes. And this game features Hurts. It's the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Cincinnati Bengals in Cincinnati. Ben, why don't you tell me who you think is going to win this game first? Oh, I know, because I looked at this game before we got on.
I want the Eagles to win this game.
You do?
And I think the Eagles will win this game.
Okay. All right. I am going to be the contrarian. I think that the Bengals will pull this game out. If I remember correctly, the Bengals are projected to win this game.
Are they?
They are projected to win this game in Vegas. They are like a 2.5-point favorite or something like that. The last time I looked,
defense is still so bad.
I know, but here's the thing. My point is just getting nailed to the board here. That Jalen Hurts, even Vegas is starting to not trust him.
Yeah.
He is not that great. He just isn't. I mean, he's okay. He's a top 20 quarterback. He is not a top 10 quarterback. So in this game, you're taking the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yes.
I'm taking the Bengals. Why don't you tell me who on Philadelphia you think is a start, or all the starts, and then tell me who you would sit out of everybody on the team.
Okay. So I would start Saquon Barkley. I think he's going to have another big day. And I would start A.J. Brown. Devonta Smith is like a flex play, wide receiver 3.
Yep, I agree. I agree completely
For that.
And I think it's not him; it's Hurts.
It's not him. It's Hurts.
Mhm.
But Hurts would still be like quarterback 2 range for me.
I think Hurts is a quarterback 2 range for me too. Goddard is out, right?
Goddard is out with a hamstring.
Okay, so no Goddard. I wouldn't play their backup tight end. We got Saquon, you said, as a start. I agree completely. AJ a start is an automatic start. Hurts is a quarterback 2. So if you're in a 2-quarterback league, you could play him in your quarterback 2 slot. Doesn't like him as a quarterback 1 if you have a better option, right?
Yeah, no. Of course, there's not really that many.
Is there any sits?
Sits?
Yeah. Do you think if you have a controversy between Devonta and somebody else who's of equal level, that
I mean,
the
I
other
would.
person-
I would start AJ Brown over Smith. I would bench Smith.
No, I mean, like, say you had someone like Debo Samuel or Smith this week. Would you let Debo win that situation because of Hurts and how he's not
Normally,
throwing the
yeah.
ball?
Normally, yeah.
Yeah, that's so he's on the borderline of if you have someone better, he might be a sit. I guess. And the other one, obviously, the tight ends who are going to be filling in. I'll take the Bengals side. I think that Joe Burrow is going to be a start in this game. I don't think that the Eagles secondary is very impressive. I think Jamar Chase is obviously a start in this game. T. Higgins did come dinged up on the injury report last night.
Yeah.
Late in the evening. So let's be mindful of that. If he does play, I think he's a start. I think Chase Brown is a start. And my sit for this game are going to be both the tight end and also Mike Gesicki and Zach Moss. I think Zach Moss is a sit in this game as well. Reason being is the best thing about the Eagles defense is their front 4.
Yes.
And they play 4-3 defense.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that the big back is going to be the good situation here. I think it's going to be dumped down passes. Chase Brown. That's why Chase Brown will be the better option in this game.
Well, plus he's the better running back.
Plus, he's a better running back. Okay. Well, so he took the Eagles. I took the Bengals. The sit for the Bengals was Zach Moss, and the potential sit for the Eagles might be Devonta Smith if you have a better option, and Hurts as a quarterback too. Next game is going to be a divisional game. It's going to be the Houston Texans. They're going to be hosting the Colts. There might be, chemistry for an upset here just because it's a divisional match. Where do you lie here? Which way you going?
I mean, I'm going Texans. I don't trust Anthony Richardson.
Me too. If it was Joe Flacco, I would 100% go the opposite direction because Jonathan Taylor is back.
Yeah.
And he is a plugging start here. How about I'll take the Colts, and then you go ahead and fill in the Houston Texans for your starts and sits for them, okay?
Yeah.
So for the Colts, I'm going to say Anthony Richardson is definitely a sit. I think that any of the running backs who filled in for Jonathan Taylor are all sits. Jonathan Taylor, full go, no snap count. I think he is a start. I think Pittman is an okay wide receiver 3 flex play. I think that Josh Downs is a sit if he's playing. I know he's been popping up with a couple injuries. I think he is a sit. Other than that, for the Colts, I think that's it. The only starters I have there are Michael Pittman Jr. Is it the third? I think it's Jr.
Yeah, he's wide receiver 3.
He's a wide receiver 3 spot, and then JT is a plug-and play. How about for the Texans, Ben?
For the Texans, I mean, Stroud should. I think Stroud's a start every week.
Last week he did crappy. Do you think
did,
this is a recovery
He
week?
hasn't had a great season.
Him and Mahomes have had the bug, dude. They're up there in interceptions, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Mahomes is number one.
Stroud has had a couple fumbles as well.
So is he a start?
He's still a start.
Let me ask you. Would he be a start? Would you start him over Baker?
Yes.
Would you start Aaron Rodgers over him?
No.
Okay, so Stroud, Rodgers, Baker would be your lineup.
Yes.
Okay. My bad. I just wanted to ask. I wanted to get the level of where you thought Stroud was right now.
Yeah, right there. So
who else you got?
Mixon is a start.
Yeah, absolutely. I think he's running back too.
Yeah, he's running back too this week. Stephon Diggs is a start. Tank Dell is a sit. Sit Tank Dell. And I would sit the tight end, Dustin Schultz, as well.
Yeah, Dalton Schultz hasn't had a great last couple weeks.
What did I say, Dustin?
Yeah, I don't remember. But I just heard that you
Stupid.
did wrong D name, and I was like, I'm just going to say it.
Stupid.
Tank Dell is on the borderline for me. He's been having bad weeks, and those bad weeks are coming from Stroud having bad weeks. I hope Stroud's not having sophomore slump because I really like the way he plays. But Tank Dell, he is right. He has not been producing. I don't really think he's a plug and play right now. I've been trying to buy him cheap. Him and ETN are two people I've been trying to buy cheap right now just because they've not been performing. We both said the Texans, right?
Yeah, I'm picking the Texans to win this one.
Let's grab one more game. We'll jump into the chat, grab a couple more questions. Guys, if you're in chat right now, throw a couple questions in for us, and we'll get them answered for you. Next game, it'll be easy for us to cover this one.
Yeah,
it's going to be a
real
blowout.
quick.
It is going to be the Tennessee Titans heading up to the Motor City to take on the Kitties, the Detroit Lions. I think I'll just run through this one real quick.
Yeah,
it'll
just
be
run through
easy.
this. We don't need to talk about this one too much.
The only starts for the Titans is Pollard. He's not even going to be a great start either. He's a flex running back for me this week. Calvin Ridley does get an upgrade with being wide receiver 1 now. Don't think he's a play, though. No one else will play. Okonkwo, if you really need a tight end, he had the most yards for them last week. On Detroit's side of the ball, both running backs, Gibbs, Monty, they're both plays. I think Monty for anytime touchdown this week. I think he recuperates from last week where he missed one. Monty, anytime touchdown. I think both are plays. I think that Amon-Ra is going to be a great play, especially with Jamison Williams out.
He's suspended for 2 games.
Yep. If you really need a wide receiver, Tim Patrick could be a viable option now because he's out for 2 games. If you need to fill in for like Mike Evans, who's injured, you could maybe go with him. He's going to be wide receiver too.
Maybe.
I mean, he's watch listable. He's on our like bottom shelf, but Tim Patrick could be playable. Other than that, though, anyone else I missed? Do you think Laporta's a play? Nah. I think no.
Yeah, I would say no, but I mean, if you don't have anyone better.
All these other guys have been on these worst teams have been doing better because they just don't need Laporta to really do that much. It seems like.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, we're both taking the Detroit Lions in that game. No chance for Tennessee. Let's hop in the chat. See what kind of questions we got here. First one comes from Kai. Kai asked, drop Ridley for Myers. I would, Kai. I think that Ridley has a worse quarterback situation than Myers. They did just bring in Desmond Ridder as well to compete for quarterback. So I think that being the number 1 wide receiver for the Raiders is better than being the number 1 wide receiver for the Titans. Do you think so, Ben?
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Next question comes from Seffers. Seffers asked, should I start Tua against Arizona or Burrow against Philly? Ooh, that is a tough one, man. I would probably go with Burrows, and it's purely because Tua, like, what if he gets hit real hard again and is immediately out? That's my scare. That's my scare point there. I would stay with the safer guy of Burrows.
I'm going Tua.
Are you? You're going Tua? Yeah, because you got him. Yeah. Let's see here. The next one comes from MT3. He asked BTJ, Adams, or Higgins this week. We did cover that Higgins came up with a ding up. I can't remember off the top. I think it's a quad injury now that I'm thinking about it. I would probably go BTJ over Adams. Adams does require a lot of attention. I think that BTJ playing the Packers, Alexander will end up covering Christian Kirk. So I think BTJ might have the second cornerback, which is a good option for him, and he might be the better pick there. What do you think?
You think Alexander's going to fall around Kirk?
I think so.
I think he's going to fall around BTJ.
You think?
Yeah.
You think that's in the spotlight? So who would you go here would you go Adams then?
No, I would still go BTJ.
Okay. Kai, thank you for the follow, man. Really appreciate it. Kai asked, trade Pittman, Ridley, and Etienne for Chias and Dwaddle. Yeah, that's a good trade. That's a really good trade,
Yeah,
actually.
I like that.
Yeah, I really like that one. That one's decent. Let's go ahead and...
Just for Cheetahs.
Ronnie has a question here. We'll get to Ronnie's question, then we'll jump back into the next game. Ronnie asked, sit 2, full PPR. He has Cook, Monty, Dobbins, Swift, Bigsby. Wow, Ronnie, you got some good running backs, brother. I would go with Monty 100%, and I think my number 2 option here...
It says sit 2.
Is it sit? Oh, sit 2.
Yeah, sit 2.
Oh, well, if I'm sitting 2, it's going to be Dobbins and probably Bigsby.
Yeah, that's what I would do.
I think that Cook, Monty, and Swift are the best options for you, Ronnie. Yeah. Crew Pen, thoughts about Jonathan Brooks? I'm holding him. I'm holding him in a lot of places. I think Jonathan Brooks comes back. I'll tell you like this, Crew Pen. You don't draft a guy in the second round if you don't think he's really good. And he had a blown knee. They took him in the second round with a blown knee. So that's where I'm at on that. Do you want to hop back into the rest of these games here, Ben?
Try and get
All
through
right,
these games.
awesome. Guys, like I said, we're gonna do a whole almost hour of Q&A with you afterwards, but we want to get through the games here for our recording and everything. The next one is going to be the Falcons versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Ben. Why don't you take the first prediction on this, and then let me know which team you'd like to do the starts and sits on.
So I think Atlanta is going to win this game again.
I think Atlanta wins.
I think Atlanta only wins this game again.
I think it's going to be close, though.
I think it's going to be close, but no, I don't know.
I think Baker still has it.
Baker still has it, but I mean, like, I just think Atlanta's going to win.
You don't think they go triple back and just crush it with Baker and then triple back?
No.
Okay.
Because, the only one he's really played with lately is McMillan, and he was even out for a couple games.
Well, they have Darius Slayton, who's his college wide receiver.
What you mean?
Is
not
it Darius Slayton?
You think,
No, it's the other.
It's
Shepard. Sterling Shepard.
Sterling
I was
Shepard.
like, I know it's an old Giants wide receiver.
It's Sterling Shepard.
Yeah, Sterling Shepard. They have him too, so there's chemistry there. I agree with you, though. I do think the Falcons win this game. Which team do you want to take the starts and sits for?
I guess I'll take the Buccaneers since I know about their
them all.
players.
Yeah, tell me.
I want to know them all. Baker is a quarterback number 2, so one QB leagues I would not start him.
Superflex?
Superflex or 2 QB league.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would play him.
Which running back?
He's a running back for dude. White put on a show.
See, and I think
Like-
I think White is a big play this week
Yeah.
because what is happening now is he's catching the ball.
Yeah, and he's normally their
Pass
he was their
down.
pass catching guy. So
Yeah, I like
even when
him.
he was a rookie, I forget who else they had, but he wasn't like necessarily the
Oh,
starter yet.
you know who they had? They had
I forget.
Lenny.
Oh yeah,
Fournette.
they had Fournette, and White was coming in and taking touches from Fournette.
Yeah.
So, but I think he's the main running back there still.
Yeah, I think he's the main running back there still too. Do you
So-
think Bucky's a start?
No,
No, Bucky's
he's
a
a
sit.
desperate flex option.
desperate flex option.
He's a
Tucker's
desperate
a
flex.
no.
Tucker's a no, not yet. I mean,
Otten?
he's with Tucker. He can take the ball to the house
Yes, we see
on
that.
one play. He can do that,
But
but I mean, it's the NFL. You're not
It's-
gonna
This
do
is
that
in
every
college,
play.
exactly.
So, yeah, he's a sit. I think Otten is still touchdown dependent for me.
okay.
But I think McMillan has a nice uptick.
Okay. McMillan, what about the other wide receiver that we had mentioned? Do you think that he's
Shepard? I think Shepard's okay, but I don't think he's necessarily fantasy play yet. worthy.
watch list maybe?
Yeah.
Okay. I could vibe on that. I'll take the Falcons here. I think there's going to be a good bit of decent starters in this game. I think that Pitts is a start. I think that Bijan is a start. Bijan is a start. I think that Kirk is a start. I do not think that Tyler Algier is a start in this game. I would shy away from playing Mooney in this game just because the Tampa Bay defense isn't hurt. It's just their wide receivers. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
they're still very good on defense. I wouldn't play Mooney. I would play Drake London. So my starters, again, for Atlanta are going to be Cousins, Pitts, Robinson, Bijan, and London. And my sit is going to be Mooney and Algier. Did we decide we're both taking the Falcons? That's correct, right?
Yep.
All right. Next game we're going to cover here. This one doesn't look like it's going to be very exciting, but the Chargers are still in it. New Orleans Saints. They are going to take on the Los Angeles Chargers. I wanted to talk about the fact that they did get MVS to fill in at wide receiver. Olave is back. So there is firepower on the Saints offense again, as opposed to the last couple weeks where it was just Kamara.
Derek Carr still hurt?
Derek Carr is still hurt. It looks like it's going to be a Spencer Rattler day again. Maybe they move to the other quarterback as well, like they did the week prior. Haney is his name, I believe.
The other rookie kid they got.
Yeah, second year, but yeah.
Second year, whatever.
But he never played, so basically a rookie, yeah. In this game, I am going to take the Chargers, and I think that is because better coaching. I think that is the reason why they win this game, because I think that Dennis Allen of the Saints is the worst starting head coach, or the worst head coach in the NFL. They're not starting, but worst head coach in the NFL. I think he's a great defensive coordinator, but I don't think he deserves to be a head coach. He's never done anything positive for the Saints, in my opinion.
Yeah, no. I honestly think all New Orleans Saints are sits right now.
Oh, no, I'm starting Kamara.
No, I think Kamara's a sit. He is cold, ice cold.
He's
man.
cold, but I don't care. I'm starting Kamara. He's still starting.
I'm starting him too because he's my best option. You have to. But if you're in some weird league, like some 10-man league or 8-man league where your team is stacked and you can play someone else other than Kamara,
probably,
you can put him on the bench.
Yeah.
Like
I would take K9 over him right now. Someone like that, like a K9.
I'd play K9 over him.
Would you play Nick Chubb over him?
No, not yet.
Yeah.
Because the Browns are awful. What?
Chubba Hubbard?
No, I wouldn't play him over Chubb. I wouldn't play Chubba Hubbard over him. I'd play like Cooks over him.
Okay. Okay.
Monty.
We have to be make sure we talk about the right Cook, because now there's
James Cooks. James Cooks, not Dalvin Cook. James Cook.
Are you taking the Chargers in this game?
Yeah, I'm taking the Chargers in this game.
Starters for the Chargers side of things: Dobbins, Herbert. Anybody else?
I don't think they have any starters either, fantasy wise.
Not even Dobbins.
Just Dobbins. Like
just Dobbins.
RB2.
Okay, if I was to say, I would say Dobbins, Kamara, and if you have to, Olave, because I know there's a lot of wide receiver injuries. We're both taking the Chargers in this one. This game just really doesn't have a lot of firepower to it to really be excited about it too much. You know what I mean? Next game we'll cover is going to be the Bills and Seahawks, completely opposite of the last game. This is all the firepower. This is two great defenses, two good offenses. The Bills will be going out west to Seattle. How do you think this game fares? Who wins it, man?
Seattle.
You think Seattle wins it?
Seattle wins
now, I could agree with you there. I'm not going to, though, because I think that the Buffalo Bills have a good afternoon in the pass game. But this is a part of my bet that I want to let go.
I heard something, I believe it was yesterday.
Okay. What'd you hear?
Or today on the radio, where the Bills have not beat an opponent over 500 yet.
The old imposter. Okay.
So, I don't know. Let me double check on their schedule.
Yeah, why don't you check on that? I'm going to go over the fantasy starts and sits this week. And if I say anybody you don't agree with, you just pop up, let me know. DK Metcalf, guys, not going to be playing this game most likely. That means Lockett gets a bump. You could go ahead and plug Lockett for this week for PPR. He's going to get a lot of catches. JSN as well. What's up?
Every win they have, Arizona, under 500. What are they? 3-4?
3 and 4, yeah.
Miami is what, 2-5?
3 and 4.
3 and 4?
Or 3 and 3.
Under 500. Jacksonville's under 500. They lost to Baltimore and Houston.
Eek, yeah.
They're both 5 and 2.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong.
And then they beat the Jets 2 and 5.
Okay.
Or
Buffalo,
2 and 4,
get good. You're an
Tennessee
imposter.
is 1 and 6. Tennessee is 1 and 6.
Oh yeah,
So-
and Tennessee, and they were struggling the first half against Tennessee. But yeah, so for the Seahawks, I'm going JSN, I'm going Lockett, I'm going K9. I think Geno is a if I could talk, quarterback 2 start. I think he's a quarterback 2 start. He's not a great one, but he's a QB 2. I don't think Fant is a start, and outside of that, for the Seahawks, I don't see that many people. Ben, for the Bills, who do you think has a day?
I mean, Josh Allen's still a start. James Cooks is a start. Dalton Kincaid is a sit.
Dalton Kincaid is
He's just not used enough
Yeah.
for me. I think he's a sit this game. Amari Cooper's a start.
Yeah. How about Keon?
Keon, a desperate flex.
Desperate flex. He did have a good week last week.
He did have a good week last week.
He's
but
moving from our watch list up to probably like the wide receiver 3 flex level, untrustable though.
Yeah, well, I would more like wide receiver 4.
Yeah, wide receiver 4. Let's call it that.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's in the wide receiver 4 talk. How about Shakir? How do you feel about Lou's best friend?
I don't know.
I would say
every time I'm like, no, don't play him. But then he'll get
decent.
like 7 catches and 80 some yards. And I'm
Yeah.
just like, okay, that's worth it in PPR. But it's just like, I don't know.
I
just don't trust it.
I would say he's a desperate. You're saying Seahawks. I'm saying Bills on this one. Let's take a couple questions and we'll jump back into the rest of these games.
Shakir is like the Wan'Dale Robinson for the Bills.
Yeah, he is. He's the shifty guy who gets catches when necessary. So he does kind of get some yards here and there. Banter asks, start Tillman, Chase Brown, or Palmer. Chase Brown is the answer there, Banter.
Chase Brown.
Hunter, is Tank going to be 1 on the Jags this week? Yes, Hunter. He should be number 1 on the Jags this week. I don't even think ETN plays. I think he's a solid start for you there. James Sotos asks, Waddle or Flowers? Which way are you leaning there, Ben?
Well, Waddle, because Flowers might not even play.
Yeah, I would lean Waddle just because Flowers is not going to play.
Yeah, so I would go Waddle.
Ronnie asks, Goff or Stroud? Which way you going there? I would probably lean Goff because they are playing
Yeah, now I'm going.
Titans.
I would go Goff.
Yeah, I would go Goff in this situation, and that is because of the lineup. MT3 wants to know Njoku or Pitts. I think I'm leaning Njoku. How about you, dude?
I'm leaning Pitts.
Are you leaning Pitts?
Yeah, I'm leaning Pitts for him.
Okay.
For that.
Putin's pal. What's up, man? Nice name.
Oh,
start Achane or Mason this week. Which one would you go with? I would try to trade Mason pretty soon because CMC sounds like he's coming back around week 10. Week 11.
I would still start Achane.
Yeah, I would probably start Achane in this situation. Ronnie, no problem. Let's hop back into the rest of these games here, Ben, and that way we can just go straight into a full-on Q&A with our listeners.
Yeah,
here.
let's do it.
The next one here is going to be the Bears and the Commanders. There is a little bit of controversy going on with this game, and the controversy is Jaden Daniels going to play? They've been very safe with him. They've been keeping what his exact injury is under wraps. They haven't been letting him really do much in practice.
Nope.
I think it's Marcus Mariota. How about you?
I think Daniels is going to be out for this one. And
I think
Mariota's
so.
Going to play.
Mm-hmm. Who do you think wins this game, Ben? That's a hard question to answer.
Yeah.
I think that it's going to be the Bears.
I think I think the Bears are going to win this one too.
Mm-hmm.
Without
Jaden
Daniels on the Commanders.
I think that if you're in a 2 QB league, I'm doing this week. I'm going to use Marcus Mariota as a cover for Jaden Daniels being out, and I think that's going to be an okay cover.
I think that'll be okay.
Mm-hmm, just for the week. I will take the Bears starters. Why don't you take the Commanders starters? I'll start with the Bears here. I think that Swift is going to be a top 8 running back this week who you can look at starting no matter what. I think that Caleb Williams has a pretty good day. The Commanders do not have a good secondary, so I think that Caleb Williams will be an okay start. Keenan Allen, I would probably put him on the sit side of things. Desperation start if you need to. DJ Moore is a definite start for me. I think that Cole Kmet, if you need to play him tight end, he's an okay start. I do think there's better options out there and available for you, like an Otten, like an Njoku, someone like that who you could play instead of Kmet. Kmet is a decent option, just not my favorite this week. Outside of that, I don't see anybody else that I would really start for the Bears. How about the Commanders, Ben? Or did you have anybody on the Bears outside of Keenan Allen for a start or a sit? I have him as a sit.
I would start Odunze. Over Keenan Allen.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, for sure. I think that he's used in the offense a little more. I think Keenan Allen's on his veteran, helping the young ones learn kind of stage of his career.
But for the Commanders,
I
wouldn't say, hey, go out and get Marcus Mariota and play him this week. I wouldn't do that. Don't do that. So if he's on waiver wires in like your 1 QB leagues or even 2 QB leagues, if you're good with quarterback, there's no need to pick him up. I think Bulletproof Robinson Jr.
I think he's a start.
Is a play. I think he's a start. Eckler is a good flex option because he'll get the ball out of the backfield from receiving.
With Mariota, yes, absolutely. I believe that.
I still think Scary Terry's a play.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. I think Zach Ertz, you sit, you leave on the bench.
Yeah, I don't think you really need to play him. He's a good filler for your bye weeks and if you're waiting for Hawkinson to come back. But other than that, Zach Ertz isn't Mr. like heavy start. I think he covered about everybody. I think the most controversial one that you may have mentioned is Eckler. He is on that borderline. This is really dependent on the fact that Mariota plays and that he needs to dump the ball down because the Bears bring a lot of pressure and they have to dump the ball down.
Yes.
So, no, I agree with you. You said the Bears for the your pick for the week as well, right?
Yeah.
So did I. Next game is going to be a real easy one to pick. It's the Chiefs and the referees. They are going to take on the Las Vegas Raiders. It's the Chiefs. There's no way the Raiders win this game, Ben. Is there a chance that the Raiders win this game?
The Raiders seem to beat the Chiefs once a year.
So this is like the Steelers.
So like,
even when they suck, they beat the Ravens.
Yeah. So like, I think the Raiders pull this one out of their ass somehow.
Are you seriously going to
and
take
win
them?
this game? Yes.
Oh my goodness, that is the hot take of the podcast. If we had an alarm, it'd be going off right now. Sheesh. All right, so Ben's taking the Raiders. I will tell you who I think is a start and sit on the Chiefs, and we'll let him tell you who can start and sit on the Raiders since he's so confident
it's
in
not,
them this week.
Not because of anything fantasy-wise. I just think, like, Mahomes will have a pick six or something, or like they'll return a touchdown. Like the Raiders will return a punt for a touchdown or something like that. And defensively they'll do enough to hold Mahomes.
It's possible. Jones had
Chiefs
that awesome
to minimal
interception.
points.
That one-hander was against him, wasn't it? Wasn't it against Patrick Mahomes?
I think.
I'm pretty positive it was. So for the Chiefs, I'm going to go with starters. An obvious one, Kareem Hunt. He's leading the backfield. He has complete control of that backfield until Isaiah Pacheco comes back. Isaiah Pacheco is making a recovery. He did post videos on social media this week of him working out on that leg. So it looks like he is getting better. He's going to be able to return soon. Juju is out. So he is not a start. I think DeAndre, you could go ahead and sprinkle him in, just like you did with Amari. I think he'll have an okay day. I don't think he'll have a great day, but I think he'll have an okay day. He's definitely an upgrade. They did put Sky Moore on IR as well. So the wide receiver core is a little thin. It's thin is what I'm saying. So
it's thin, yeah. But
it's going to be Kelsey, it's going to be Hopkins, and I don't think that Patrick Mahomes is a start in this game. So I'm going Hunt, I'm going Hopkins, I'm going Kelsey, and I'm sitting Patrick Mahomes. Ben, who are the wonderful winning Las Vegas Raiders going to be taking as their picks and sits in this game?
It's just Brock Bowers.
Not Madison?
No, he's a desperate flex play.
Desperate flex play. Jacoby Myers coming back this week. Is he playable? Wide receiver 3 flex?
Yeah, he's playable. Wide receiver 3 flex.
But I believe in Jacoby. He's all right, dude.
I know he is. He's all right. And now, I mean, even when Adams was there, he still had good numbers.
Yeah.
But it's Brock Bowers. He's the only.
It's
one
going to be the
defense.
Do you think the defense is a start? Since you think they're going to put up a stand, would the Raiders defense be a start here?
No, I still wouldn't start him.
Okay.
But anyways,
let's hop into. Do you want to take some questions?
No, we
gotta.
let's get through these games. Let's get through these games.
All right. The next game is going to be an easy. Wow. Who knows if it's going to be easy when I think defense wins the day here. It's going to be the Denver Broncos hosting the Carolina Panthers. Carolina Panthers will be playing Bryce Young in this game.
Yeah, Broncos.
Andy Dalton was in a car accident. We're not sure if it was Lou Bertha on his way to Cancun. We're still trying to confirm. We haven't heard back from any sources yet. I don't think that there's a lot of starts or sitters in this game. Ben, do you believe that the Broncos win this game like me?
Yes.
Okay. My starts in this game are I'm just going to give you both teams because there isn't a lot of them. I think that you could play Bo Nix in quarterback 2 situations. I think that you could play Javonte as a desperate flex situation. I think Chuba Hubbard is a start. Deontay is out. Thielen is out. Leggett is wide receiver 1. He's a desperate play. I think that Sutton is a sit. And I think that's everybody. Is there anybody I missed that in this 2 sets of teams that's worth talking about?
Broncos defense is a play.
Oh, my gosh. That's my number one highlight who I wanted to cover. The Broncos defense is set in stone a big play this week, guys. They're in the free agency somehow, they are a big play this week. Yep. Let's hop into the next one. This one is the Sunday night football game, dude.
Yep. Cowboys-Niners.
Cowboys and Niners. We got some injuries.
Yep.
We had some illness that's recovered from. We've got some terrible Cowboys. No, I'm kidding. They are not very good. But in this game, who do you have for winning? This is in San Francisco.
Niners win this game.
I think that the Niners win this game as well. Do you believe that it's close?
Yeah.
It's probably close.
I think it's I would say like 27-24.
Maybe. Micah Parsons not playing. He is out.
Yeah, no,
They've already announced him
so.
out. Dalvin Cook is playing. I'll try to take the Dallas Cowboys, and why don't you tell us, since you know more 49ers knowledge than me, on who the starts and sits would be here.
So,
go ahead.
I would start Brock Purdy. Purdy still.
Yeah, I'm starting him this week.
He's like borderline.
He almost quarterback 1-2. Like he's
borderline
teetering,
1-2, teetering there. I would start Mason. I would start Kittle. And I would start Debo if he's playing.
Okay. Are you sitting Pearsall and watching and waiting?
Yeah, I'm still waiting on him.
I would too.
So, I think Jennings is out. Juwan Jennings is out with the hip.
Greg Jennings,
yeah, no.
Yeah,
Juwan Jennings is out with the hip injury. So and that's who I would do for the Niners.
And they did have Kittle listed as questionable, guys. I think you're good to go. I think you're good to go there. Looking at the Dallas side of things, as much as we don't think they're going to win, some players that they may not be the best, but are in consideration to play. Rico is in consideration to play. He is their number one running back for the time being. If you have him and you need to play him this week in flex, he's a decent option if you don't have a better one. Jake Ferguson is a good start at tight end this week, I believe. And then CeeDee Lamb. That is the only starters that I have for the Dallas Cowboys. I would put a watch list still on Dalvin Cook and Jalen Tolbert. However, I don't think either one of those guys has a very good day against the 49ers defense. Ben, anybody I missed there?
No, you got him.
Yeah. If I didn't mention it, Dak is a sit. And our last game of the week here, it's the Homer game, and I've got some information for you on this game that I think is going to be pretty good.
Okay.
So we're getting into the Giants and the Pittsburgh Steelers, guys. It's going to be hosted here in Pittsburgh. I might be going to the game. I've got my fingers crossed that does happen. It'll be sick.
Both of us.
Oh yeah,
you're
good.
Going to the game.
We might be going to the game. Oh, dude, we should do some live coverage from the game. That would be cool. We could try.
We could try.
We could try.
We'll try.
I'll be sober. I can't attest that you may or may not be during a Steeler game. I'm time to not be.
Dude, it's like $15 for a beer. I ain't doing that.
Oh, yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Guys, this game we think that is going to be the Pittsburgh Steelers, but what I did want to talk about here are the weaknesses of both teams and what is going to be the plays for you. I think if you have Najee Harris, this is going to be a big game for him against this Giants defense. They cannot stop the run.
I think he gets a third 100-yard game.
Me too. I even think that Jaylen Warren is a decent option this week. If you're in a very deep league and you need a second flex player, I think Jaylen Warren's a decent second flex player. I don't think he's a plug and play regular flex player. But if you're in one of those deeper formats, a 14, a 16, or if you're in a 12 that plays multiple flexes, I think he's an okay and a multi-flex option. George Pickens, a definite play with Russell Wilson and the way that he's been playing. Do you think Russell is a start over? Is he a top 10, 12 quarterback this week, or is he in the bottom half of the quarterbacks for this week in fantasy, Ben?
I don't know.
I would put him in the mid. I would put him like 15. I wouldn't necessarily start him yet. You've only seen him play once.
He's QB2 range.
He's in QB2 range. That's a good answer there.
He's in QB2 range.
Opposite side of the field, I think that Neighbors is a start. I think that Wandell is a start. I think that Daniel Jones is a sit. I think that Daniel Jones might be losing his job to Drew Lock pretty soon here.
Maybe.
Running back wise, you going Tracy or Singletary? You putting either of them against the Steelers? No, me neither.
Either of them this week.
Me neither. So our starts and sits for this week, guys, for the Pittsburgh Steelers and Giants game is going to be sit both running backs for the Giants, start both running backs for the Steelers if you have the option to play Jaylen Warren. Start Pickens, start Neighbors. Other than that, Freiermuth, anybody? Freiermuth's an okay start.
Okay start.
Still better options out there.
Yeah.
Well, from there, I did want to just real quickly get my parlay in for you guys so that you can follow along and be betting with us as we go along. Let me make sure I have it up still. I do, but my screen is black. That's not good. Well, I know what it is, so I'm going to tell you. It is plus 965, guys. The games that you should take, in my opinion, for this are going to be here it is. It's going to be Atlanta, money line. Cincinnati, money line. Buffalo, money line. Bears, money line. Steelers, money line. You like those picks? I like those picks. That's what we took together. 965, guys. That's the plus on that. Anyways, we covered all the games. We've covered all of our bets. So if you're watching here on YouTube or Spotify and you're listening to us, we want to thank you for being out here for what is, I believe, episode number 13. We're just scooting along. It's hard to keep numbers. Well, anyways, thank you so much. Yep. We hope you're subscribing. Make sure you're listening, and we'll be back on Tuesday with our next episode, number 14. See you then.